Sportsman's life, so we've given it, probably 30-45 minutes since we shot that deer, and sun is just coming up.
So there you go, nothing to cooking the bread out on the Dutch kettle.
Welcome to A Sportsman's Life. We're so glad you tuned in to join us for another exciting real-world outdoor adventure right here on A Sportsman's Life. We need a little meat for the freezer, so my wife and I are out here. It's Thanksgiving, and well, I don't know. I had it right on him, so we'll see what happens. Pretty cool. 7:45 in the morning. Sitting here with my laptop. I'm actually working, so. But he popped up. I've got a little rag down there that's got a little bit of estrus on it, and I don't know if you smelled that, but he was standing in there just sniffing away, looking around, and grabbed a piece of corn or two, and I put the world to hurt on him, I believe. Well, we're going to give it some time here, so stay tuned, folks, here in A Sportsman's Life, man. Beautiful. Just love to get out and do this kind of stuff. It's just so much fun. All right. Let's give her about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and we'll walk down there and see if we can find some blood. Gorgeous morning here, folks, here at the Buck and Bass Ranch. Thanks for joining me here on A Sportsman's Life. So we've given it, probably 30-45 minutes since we shot that deer, and sun is just coming up, starting to get a little warmer. Definitely a chilling morning here, so we're going to go down, we're going to take a peek, just see if we can find some blood, take a look down there, see what we can come up with. So we had this buck come out this morning, and I think it might have been that 9-pointer I've been looking at. Pretty decent little buck. So he came by and had an opportunity, so put a little meat in the freezer. So let's go take a look. Well, there's our first sign right there, and that sure looks like lung to me. There's a pretty good blood trail. I don't think he's far. Let's go ahead and walk on in there and take a look. I mean, look at the blood spray here. You can see it, it's just lots and lots of blood. In fact, I don't think he could have gone far at all. Look at the blood. Yeah, all right. Let's walk up there. He's up there, I'm sure. I'm standing here looking at blood, and usually the dead giveaway is a white belly. And of course, if you look here closely in the frame, you're going to see a white belly. Deer down. All right, let's go take a look at him. All right. That's a nice buck. Not the one I thought, though. Son of a gun. Not the same deer I was thinking it was, but you know what? I'll take it. That's a beautiful deer. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so we have something to be thankful for. And you know what? I'm thankful for this. And you know what? This one's for Dad. Just lost my dad a few weeks back, and you know what? He loved to deer hunt. He loved to hog hunt. He loved to hunt fish, be with his family. And Dad, this one's for you. Nice buck. Broke off there a little bit, but that right there will put some meat in the freezer, so not bad at all. All these kickers back here. He's got a bunch of stickers. There you have it. One beautiful buck. All right, I'm gonna head back, get the buggy, come back, drag this baby back, and start skinning them out. So, love it. Thank you. Brought to you by Dallas Safari Club, Conservation, Education, and Hunter Advocacy. Hornaday, accurate, deadly, dependable. Taurus Firearms, maker of the Raging Hunter.
My wife and I wrapped up a fantastic Thanksgiving holiday and we're blessed to have taken venison for the upcoming winter. We are truly thankful for our family and friends, and for those of you out there who joined us on this amazing adventure here on A Sportsman's Life. Happy holidays. A Sportsman's Life is also brought to you by Mossberg, American built, American strong. The YO Steakhouse, Catch and Release Apparel, AGM Global Vision, your go-to for thermal hunting scopes and spotters. Pyramid Air, your one-stop shop for everything air guns.
This is Mr. Whitetail's first trip to Lake Texoma. How do you like it?
I absolutely love it. I've been all around this lake, and I've always heard about you guys, and I knew I wasn't going to go fishing until I got to go fish with y'all. So it took a little time for us to get there.
Get out there and get another one.
This is fantastic, by golly. Absolutely the greatest fishing in the world.
Well, folks, it is your old buddy Luke, and it's time for an outdoor cooking segment, I think. It's been a little while since we've had one of these, but I bet all of you enjoy fresh bread cooked at camp in a Dutch kettle. Maybe you've never had it, but we're going to show you right here how easy it is. Now, we're going to go outside in a little bit, and I'm going to, put all this in the Dutch kettle with the coals, and we're going to actually bake this good bread. But we start off with 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Now that's in this bowl right here. That's what you're looking at. And 2 teaspoons of active yeast. You can see that if you look real close. I've just sprinkled it on the top there, the active yeast. 1 teaspoon of salt. And over here is 1 1/2 cups of water in the bowl here. Of course, this is the yeast. I'm using Fleshman's active dry yeast. So, I mean, this is such a simple recipe, but this is the start of it right here. Basically, I'm going to take the water here, pour it in there, and just knead this bread real well. Now, I like a little bit of a tangy taste to bread that I cook in a Dutch kettle, so this is we're going to leave it in the refrigerator for a couple of days, and it'll almost be the flavor of sourdough bread, but it's going to be really good. So I'm going to mix all this up, put it in the refrigerator, and get it ready for camp. And then when we resume here, we're going to be at camp and we're going to use the Dutch kettle and bake the bread. So stick with me. Well, folks, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get us some charcoal going right here. It's a little bit too wet out here at camp to build this fire on the ground. I've got this little, it's actually a little old grill, but I use it for a lot of my Dutch kettle cooking. We've got 25 briquettes, and I thought it'd be more important for you to see what I'm doing than to see me in it. I'm kind of a one-man show out here. But we're going to get these briquettes until they're white. And then I've got our, you remember the dough, the bread that I had all mixed up? Well, I've got it in a Dutch kettle right here. It's already in the bottom of the Dutch kettle. Put a little oil in there so it wouldn't stick. So what we're going to do is let these briquettes get white hot, and then we're going to put this dough, this bread dough, down in here, and I'm going to tell you how I position the charcoal briquettes. You don't want too many underneath it. It's important to have the majority of them up on top. So let's let our coals get just right, and then we'll start. We'll put our Dutch kettle on there and get our bread to cooking. How about it? Okay, folks, we have our Dutch kettle loaded with coals, and this is the part that I want you to really track with me on. On top, you see, a Dutch kettle has the recessed lid. We have 10 coals on top, scattered around. Now, you can't see it, but right down in the bottom down here, underneath in the very center is 4 distributed around, 4 coals, and then around the perimeter of it, you'll see these coals all the way around the base. There's probably 12 coals there, not in the middle, they're just on the perimeter, on the outside at the bottom. So what we're going to do is let this cook about 20-25 minutes, and then by then the aroma is going to probably be getting the best of me. But about 20-25 minutes, I'm going to use some vice grips and pull the top off of this, and we're going to test it. It may have to cook another 10 minutes, but that's, you know, kind of cold out here today, so that's the only way we'll know is to really check it. So let's let it cook for about 20 more minutes. We've got our bread in there. It'll start steaming and smelling really good here in a few minutes. But let's pull the top off in about 20 minutes and see how it looks. What do you say? Folks, here is our finished product. Brought it in the camp house here. Here we have some buttered up and ready to partake of. So there you go. Nothing to cooking the bread out on the Dutch kettle. You just need to watch your temperature. It was real windy outside, and I had to cook this about 50 minutes to get it fully done. But have these pieces right here all buttered up. Tell you what, folks, I'm going to sample this right now. If it tastes anything as near as good as it smells, it's going to be in for some good eating. You could do this too at camp. Just kind of save the video here and just, you know, rewind and check out some of the details. But it's very, very simple to do. You can make your dough at home and then keep it in a cooler there, take it out to camp, and then, you know, 45, 50 minutes later, bingo, you've got your own bread. Well, folks, here is what's left of the finished product here. You can tell my fellow hunters here wanted to take a quick sample, and I do get a big thumbs up on this. I sampled some of it too with some butter. Simple to make in a Dutch kettle, folks. Camp bread. The crust is a little, you know, little chewy, which is the way we like it, but it's very, very tender on the inside. You can see the look of it there, but that's you can do this too just as easily as I did. Camp bread, folks, and if you maybe forget some of the ingredients, you know, just rewind this little video. We went over it in the very beginning, exactly what you need to do. Hope you enjoyed it. Wish you were here with me. We'd have us some buttered, fresh made hot bread. Folks, this segment was brought to us by Gearhead Archery, Smoke Intex Electric Smokers, Snaplock Hunting Blinds, YO Ranch Headquarters, Ultramatic Feeders, and Catfish Pro. Tune in next week for some more real-world outdoor adventures right here on A Sportsman's Life.